Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Wiseman. Wiseman Banda is my name. This is the second episode in which I'm talking about great philosophers of this world who were prominent at that time to this very day. In the first episode, I did talk about Aristotle and how his philosophy influenced the world at that particular moment, even today, and how it is still influencing the teaching of literacy in our modern day classrooms. In this episode, I'm talking about Plato. Plato, different scholars say he lived between 427 to 347 or 428 to 348 BC. He was a Greek philosopher, and founder of an academy in Athens, which was one of the earliest institutions of higher learning in the Western world. He was a student of Socrates and is widely regarded as one of the most important and influential figures in Western philosophy. Plato's work covered a wide range of topics, including metaphysics, ethics, politics, and epistemology. He developed a philosophical system that sought to understand the nature of reality and the human experience through a combination of reasoning, logic, and critical thinking. Plato's ideas had a profound impact on Western thought, particularly in the areas of philosophy, science, and politics. His works were widely studied and debated throughout the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. And many of his ideas continue to influence modern philosophy and science. Some of Plato's most famous contributions to philosophy includes his idea about forms or ideas, the theory of knowledge as recollection, and the analog of divided line. He also wrote extensively about the nature of justice, the ideal society, and the role of philosopher in society. Overall, Plato continues to be studied and debated by scholars and philosophers around the world, making him one of the most influential thinkers in human history. Now, let's look at the 5 lessons from Plato about phonics. 5 lessons from Plato about phonics instruction. Plato did not specifically write about phonics. This must be underlined, as it is a modern pedagogy concept that was not developed until many centuries after his time. However, we can draw some of the Plato's ideas about education and language learning to identify 5 potential lessons that can be applied to phonics instruction. Number 1, emphasize understanding over memorization. Emphasize on understanding over memorization. Plato believed that education should aim to develop a student's understanding of the abstract concepts and ideas. This principle can be applied to phonics instruction by focusing on the underlying principles of letter sounds and letter combination, rather than just asking students to memorize individual words. This takes us to point number 2. Tailor instruction to individual needs. Number 2, tailor instruction according to individual needs. Plato believed that education should be tailored to the individual student's needs and abilities. In phonics instruction, this means providing individualized support and practice to students who need it, rather than taking a one-size-fits-all approach. Let's see number 3. Number 3, connect language learning to real-world experiences. Connect language to real-world experiences. Plato believed that learning should be connected to real-world experience. When teaching phonics, it is helpful to connect letter sounds and letter combination to words and concepts that students are familiar with in their everyday lives. Number 4, encourage critical thinking. Encourage critical thinking. Plato emphasized the importance of critical thinking in education. In phonics instruction, this means encouraging students to analyze and think critically about the relationship between letter sound and letter combination, and to use their understanding of phonics to decode unfamiliar words. Let's go to number 5, the last one for this. Foster a love of learning. Foster a love of learning. Plato believed that education should foster a love for learning and a desire to continue learning throughout one's life. In phonics instruction, this means creating a positive and engaging learning environment that encourages students to be curious, ask questions, and explore new words and concepts. Let's revise what we have just said, the five lessons we have picked from Plato. Number 1, emphasize understanding over memorization. Number 2, tailor instruction to individual needs. Tailor instruction to individual needs. Number 3, connect language learning to real-world experiences. Number 4, encourage critical thinking. And number 5, foster a love of learning. These 5 lessons from Plato can provide a helpful and useful framework for phonics instruction, highlighting the importance of emphasizing understanding, tailoring instruction to individual needs, connecting language learning to real-world experiences, encouraging critical thinking, and fostering a love of learning. Until next episode, when I'll be talking about one great philosopher as well. If you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section and I'll be glad to attend to it. If you have not subscribed, I encourage you to do so that when I post the next video, you will be quickly notified. I'm Wiseman Banda. It's bye for now.